Hi, I'm Dustin Hanson with Graywhale Entertainment.
And I'm Zane with Graywhale and the Salt Pot Media site.
This is the Graywhale Entertainment update or the Graywhale release update, whatever we calling this thing. This new video that we're doing, we've never done this before.
You know what it is.
It's for the release day of 8/20.
Yep.
We got a ton of stuff.
Remember Feast or Famine? Well,
we're feasting this month, or this week.
Yep. So there's a lot.
We struggled through the potato famine of last week, and now we're here. We've made it.
Yep, there's more than just washed out to buy. So we're going to start with a bunch of metal. I have a bunch of metal to talk about, like always. A lot of stuff on vinyl, a lot of stuff on CD. There's some reissues that I'm not really going to touch on, some St. Vitus reissues, Black Dahlia Murder reissues. That stuff's coming out on vinyl. It's really cool, so if you're a fan, there's that. There's this new Pelican 7-inch that's coming out. This is two new tracks that have not been released before. That are vinyl only. There's no digital download on this, and if I remember correctly, this is limited to 2,000 copies, or is it 500? Or it's a limited 7-inch release with 2 songs that you cannot hear anywhere except for on the 7-inch vinyl until I guess the new album comes out, which is I don't know when.
We have no idea
when. There's a new vinyl reissue for Amorphis, Privilege of Evil. This is Amorphis. This is a collection of Amorphis' early work as a band. It originally came out in 1993, so it's 20 years old now. And Amorphis, if you don't know, is a kind of dark progressive and folk death metal band from Europe. And so if you're a fan, that's kind of something cool that you can go pick up. And that's on Relapse, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's on Relapse. Also on Relapse, this new album from Primitive Man. The album is called Scorn. Primitive Man will actually be here on Wednesday the 21st, so the day after this video goes online. They'll be playing with Cult Leader, which is the new band with members of Gaza from here, from Salt Lake City. So with Anthony that actually works for us. It's his band. So go check that out.
Go check it out so Anthony can mad dog you from stage.
Yeah.
Because he does it.
So Primitive Man is actually, it's doom metal, but it suddenly flies into these D-beat crust grooves or blasts right in the middle of these doom metal songs. Really scary vocals. It's really cool stuff on Relapse, and it's getting a lot of really good attention online.
We have it on CD and LP.
Yeah. Also on CD and LP and on Deathwish, which is a record label we talk about all the time. This is the new Oathbreaker. It's called Eros, Anteros. Produced and recorded at God City with Kurt Ballou. So big surprise, it's on Deathwish, and Kurt Ballou had his hand on it. It sounds a lot like Death Heaven, which we've talked about on the video before, but it's got some of the post-rock sucked out. So it still has that post-rock, I guess, structure to it, but it's a little bit more black metal-y than that. But it still sounds like something that should be on Deathwish, so you've got kind of that mix of punk and hardcore into the black metal stuff. So if you're a fan of Death Heaven or anything that Deathwish has been doing lately, this is kind of a shoo-in for you. You should be picking this up. There's a new album called Disillusion from Oh Brother. Oh Brother is definitely for fans of like brand new Manchester Orchestra, Kevin Devine, all those artists. It's kind of that genre of music. I guess you could say it's kind of a post-rock and post-emo. I don't know. I mean, if you're fans of those bands, you know what it sounds like. So this is a brand new album, also available on CD and LP.
And the artwork's really cool on this.
Yeah, so artwork is really neat. So
anyway, you can
it's
see
a nice
that.
Heavyweight package.
And it comes with a full download, yep.
All right, and then some metal stuff on CD. On Relapse, just mentioned them. Horseback has a new release called A Plague of Knowing. This is a 3 CD set. It's a 3 CD set of
vinyl-only releases.
Yeah. Compilation songs, demos, live recordings, unreleased material. This 3 CD set is limited to 2,000 copies and comes with a Horseback sticker. If you're into Horseback, they're like drone, doom type metal stuff, like just real long format songs. Really cool band. This band is called, I believe, Shakhtyor. It's a Russian word. It's being distributed through Metal Blade, but it's on this record label called Cyclone Empire. And this band, Facebreaker, is also the same thing. It's on Cyclone Empire, but being distributed through Metal Blade. Haven't listened to this one, but it's called Facebreaker, dedicated to the flesh, so I'm going to make a safe guess and say that it's probably death metal.
Track 1 is called Meat Freak, M-E-A-T. Freak.
Yeah. Nuclear Outbreak, Hellmaster.
Swarm of Zombies. It sounds exactly what you think it sounds like.
Yeah. Shakhtyor is interesting. It's I believe it's fully instrumental, and it's just this rolling, grinding, very bass heavy metal band. It's a mix of like sludge, doom, and stoner stuff.
Trio.
So it's very cool. There's this band called is a band called Saloon?
No, that's the album.
Okay.
The band's called The Ongoing Concept.
Yeah, album's called Saloon, and from what we found online, it's on Solid State, so if you're a fan of Solid State, you kind of know what to expect there. It's supposed to sound like a mix of The Chariot and like Me Without You. So it's got some of the mathy, it's got the kind of the chaotic, frenetic stuff with The Chariot, but then some of the mathy and
they're rural brothers from Idaho.
Yeah, so
there
nearby. So yeah, so that might
Solid
be
State
worth checking
fans. There you go.
Yeah. We got a new Born of Osiris. This is Tomorrow We Die Alive. This is prog metal mixed with like technical death metal. It's on Sumerian, so if you're into Sumerian, you know, like Sumerian has a million bands that all sound similar to this sound, like that technical death and progressive metal. So that's a brand new album. They're on Mayhem Fest this year. We've also got BlessTheFall. They've got a new album on Fearless. BlessTheFall is kind of the punk, emo, hardcore screamo band. They have haircuts.
I was gonna say boys with pretty hair.
Yeah, guys with pretty haircuts. This is brand new. It's called Hollow Bodies. And so if you're a fan, there's that to pick up too. So you'll notice a recurring theme that the more we talk about labels, you can start guessing what things sound like that's on Fearless, or something's on Solid State, or something's on Relapse. You start figuring that out. So and then one of the things that I'm the most excited about this week is a brand new album from Watain. It's The Wild Hunt. This is being released on Century Media, just distributed through Century Media, but they used to be on Season of Mist, which you've mentioned before, but Watain's like thrashy blackened death metal or black metal. They're primarily a black metal band, but this new album, I guess they're taking a lot of creative risks, or they're really branching out with their sound without alienating anybody that's into black metal. I'm always a fan of that, and I'm really excited about this album. So this will be available on LP. The LP's been pushed by a couple weeks, so we'll have it, but it won't be out at the same time as the CD.
9/3.
Yeah, so just a couple weeks from.
But we
from
do
the day you watch this.
We got the limited edition hand stamped generic art cover version, which is like the pre-release they do.
They're kind of like that official bootleg thing we mentioned with Jason Isbell a few weeks back. They're limited to 500, and that's the legitimate album. Yep. So if
just
you
has
are
a
into
different
vinyl,
piece of artwork.
That's actually kind of a cool collector's
And that is at a
piece.
few of our locations now, so you can pick that up.
Yeah.
We've got a band called Native. The album's called Orthodox. It's on Sargent House Records. It is post-hardcore and what's the other word I'm trying for? The 90s.
90s post-punk and.
Yeah. It's real good. We were just listening to it a second ago, and I'm really excited to listen to more.
It's kind
of
of blowing us away a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
math rock. It's kind of got that mathy feel. If minus the bear wasn't soft, or not.
Yeah.
I don't mean soft as in like they're not tough. I just mean
quieter.
Yeah. So check out Native Orthodox. We have it on LP and vinyl, or I mean LP and CD. New Buffalo Killers on Alive Records. Buffalo Killers album's called Ohio Grass. That is what you think it is, and it sounds exactly how you think it sounds.
Just take a look at what they look like. That should answer all your questions about that.
It's a good record. Very fun. Golden Suits. This is the new album from Fred Nicholas from Department of Eagles. Department of Eagles is an offshoot of another band that we're all very happy with and like. Just if you can't figure that out, I can't remember names at the moment. It's Grizzly Bear.
Yeah, they were here.
Daniel Rawson from Grizzly Bear also plays on this record a lot. It's an interesting indie rock record through Yep Rock. Very, very cool. Superchunk is back with new album called I Hate Music. There is a regular vinyl and CD as well as a deluxe LP we have at all locations. The deluxe LP has a bonus 7-inch in it.
It's fluorescent orange vinyl LP, white vinyl 7-inch with 2 non-LP tracks, a stencil, and the full download. This is their 10th studio album. They've been around since they're kind of like indie rock royalty.
Yes, they're awesome. It's on Merge. Super great band. Superchunk. Super great. Superchunk. Porcelain Raft has a new album. Secret Canadian picked them up. Their last album was praised highly. We really enjoyed around here. This is the new one. It actually has a little bit more indie rock sounding. It's not just solid electronic all the way through. It's really, really good. CD LP on this. Porcelain Raft. If you are fans of like Gold Panda or Washed Out that came out last week, it's kind of in that vein. There's some really interesting sounds to it, and it's really pretty but awesome. Check that one out. This album made my head hurt today, but it's gonna be right up someone's alley. It's his electro blue voice on Sub Pop. The album is called Ruthless Sperm. Yep. Noisy, electronic, mixed with weird garage stuff.
I'd recommend it for fans of, like, we talked about that Pop 1280, the Population 1280 album that came out on Sacred Bones. Yeah. It's kind of that noisy, metallic, clanging garage punk rock stuff that's
mixed with electronic weird stuff.
Yep, it's really noisy and kind of abrasive, but it's cool.
Abrasive vocals mixed with all that, so if you're into that weird stuff, this is a great one. Typhoon. I have never heard of this band or noticed them until we played it today and listened to it. Typhoon on CD and LP. The album is called White Lighter. It has 11 members in the band, plus on the album 11 other people helped them make the album. It sounds like Conor Oberst leading Arcade Fire to me.
Yeah, it's got lots of live instrumentation and kind of those Conor Oberst vocals. Same style of vocal singing. And
so if you're a fan of Arcade Fire...
Who was it that was in this band that it featured? Jan Tiersen?
Jan Tiersen's helping on the album,
Yeah.
Very cool. A very pretty electronic, very interesting album, really pretty vocals. This is Juliana Barwick. I don't even know how to say that. How do you say that?
Nepenthe.
There you go. It's on Dead Oceans, CD, LP. This is really, really pretty and really mellow and great. Willy Mason is back with a new record. Willy Mason has CD and LP. The album is called Carry On. He's on tour with Mumford & Sons right now, so he's kind of getting exposed to a bigger audience. He's been around since before all those bands were around, but he's starting to pick up a little bit. So go pick up the new Willy Mason if you like that kind of country sound and that kind of rock sound. And if you come pick it up at any Graywhale location, you get a free tote bag.
Tote bags.
Tote bags!
He's talking about tote bags.
I love when tote bags are free. So there you go, guys. Go grocery shopping after you pick up your album with your Willy Mason Carry On. I don't even know what that is.
That's a lynx.
That's a lynx.
It's got a lynx on it.
There you go. It's a little hairy animal that would bite you. Oh, wow, we have so many. Still more stuff to go. The new Sara Neufeld solo record on... I don't know what album, Constellation Records. It's she is the speaking of Arcade Fire, she's the violin player for Arcade Fire.
Violinist for Arcade Fire. These are all they're all instrumental arrangements. They're all strings. So if you're an indie fan and you also like string arrangements and things like that, like I would say if you're a fan of like Andrew Bird or like the aforementioned Jan Tiersen and just some composers like that, like this is kind of just perfect for you.
It's really pretty.
It's very, very pretty.
Sub Pop Records, No Age, new album, An Object is out.
Yeah, and this is actually in a really cool package. It's like in a square jacket that's got like a fold-out back, so it'll get torn and creased, but it looks really cool. And this No Age is like that great mix of like the garage indie punk stuff. It's like kind of indie, kind of punk, kind of noisy, fuzzy, really, really cool stuff. They're actually kind of at the forefront of all that stuff kind of becoming popular recently, so that's brand new from them.
On Sub Pop. On Sacred Bones, Zola Jesus has a new record out. It's called Versions. It is actually reworked versions of her songs from her other albums, done with string quartet, which is directed and arranged by J.G. Thirlwell, who you may know from Venture Brothers.
He composes the score for the Venture Brothers, does all the music for that. He's also involved in a lot of other bands and musical projects, but that's like the one high-profile thing that he's done. And this is, like he said, arranging string quartet versions of Zola Jesus songs. And they're actually going to be going on tour this fall doing these versions of these songs. So this is the album for that.
This might be one of my... It's hard to pick. I've had a lot of stuff we got this week, but this one might be the one I would suggest if you're getting into Zola Jesus or, you know, that kind of new female singer sound. If you like female voices that are interesting. The Chelsea Wolf's coming out in a couple weeks, you know, stuff like that. This is definitely something I would highly recommend. One big reissue, we've got the Fleetwood Mac 1969 to 1972 box set. It comes with their first 4 albums reissued and remastered on vinyl. They're not available separately remastered yet, so this is the only way you can get them. I don't know if it will be available. Plus, there's a bonus 7-inch for this Fleetwood Mac collector. So if you're a Fleetwood Mac fan and completist, this will tighten everything up for you. So this is a big monster box set for you. And then our friend Spencer Hickman at Death Waltz Records has really done something pretty amazing with this new release. This is the John Carpenter's The Fog. It was a 2 LP. It has all the songs from the music plus a bunch of cues that were never used before, that were unreleased cues.
It's on gold vinyl, 180 gram heavyweight tip-on jacket. I mean, it's
beautiful.
It's an amazing vinyl piece.
Hands down, probably one of the. I mean, his releases are all very cool, but this is one of the best looking releases we've held and looked at and played with. It's called it's Blake's Gold Edition. Version, or Gold Edition, yeah. So all of our locations have this. We do have it. You don't have to go searching the internet and paying shipping from England. We do distribute here, and it does support Death Waltz, so don't worry about buying it here like you're not helping him out, because we are. This is a great re-release. And on top of that, we showed you The Fog a couple weeks ago, got reissued on Blu-ray, so you can pick up both. Okay, we still have a ton more, so we're going to go faster. Hip-hop releases for Tuesday. We have Aesop Ferg, who is a part of Aesop Rocky's crew. Aesop Rocky, Bone Thugs Harmony, a bunch of people on this record. Waka Flocka Flames on it. This should be a pretty popular one if you're an Aesop Rocky fan. He's part of his crew. Then we have Earl Sweatshirt. Production done by RZA, the Neptunes, plenty of other people.
He's part of the Odd Future crew.
Yes,
Tyler, the Creator, and Mellow Hype, and
Tyler's on this album. There's a bunch of people. This one is we've gotten a lot of questions about if it was coming out, if it was going to be pushed, but it's here. You can come pick it up. So all you, cool Frank Ocean fans can pick something up too, because he's on here as well. Destruction Unit on Sacred Bones.
Another Sacred Bones release. This is right in line with all the other stuff we've been talking about, that noisy, kind of clanging, abrasive, punk, acidy. It's cool. Lots and lots of adverbs, but it's good stuff. So if you're into any of those other things that we've recommended, you've been checking out Sacred Bones because we've been recommending it basically every week to you. Check this out.
New Laura Veers, Warp and Weft. Laura, if you're not familiar with Laura Veers, she's a singer-songwriter, very in the vein of like Nico Case and Kelly Hogan, stuff like that. I love her. She's amazing. So check out this record. Very good. Lumineers are re-releasing their album, which has been out and I think have sold billions of copies, and they sell 3 or 4 a day. Very popular. This has a new disc added to it. So it has 5 recordings previously unreleased, a bonus DVD with 25 minutes of music videos, tour footage, and never before seen interviews, and a 28-page booklet. So if you haven't bought this album already, you get all of it at once.
It's the best way to buy it.
If you have bought it, it does have 5 new tracks that you haven't heard anywhere else, and they're not all live. They're actually recorded studio tracks.
Yep.
So what more can you say? Lumineers, hey ho, come pick it up. Blue October's back. They have a new album called Sway. They will also be playing X96 Big Ass Show in a couple weeks, on the 24th actually, next week.
Soon, yeah. It'll be just a couple days after you watch this.
So anyway, pick up the new Blue October at all Graywhales. This one always sells really well for us, so come see us. Tedeschi Trucks Band is back with another album called Made Up My Mind, featuring everyone cool. It's rock, soul, blues.
It's Derek Trucks and Susan Tedeschi.
Mm-hmm.
They're together. Like, they're married, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think.
But they've released a couple records before.
They've done records collaborating together, and this is their new one.
Don't miss out. This one's a good one. We'll talk about that last.
Okay.
John Mayer has a new record. Last album, he looked like a Woody Guthrie-style cowboy. Now he looks like a aimless wanderer in the prairies with a beautiful black lab and a bunch of weird coats and blankets on. I don't know what he's doing, but...
Did that whole reinventing himself from being like a frat boy to being like an Americana singer-songwriter.
Yeah, we haven't heard this record. I don't know anything about it, but it's called Paradise Valley. Has 11 new songs. It features Katy Perry on one and Frank Ocean on another, so it might be very interesting. John Mayer always collaborates well with people, so all you John Mayer fans, there's another new one. And last but not least, his first album, 13 years or something we were talking about? Oh, Jimmy Buffett. Songs from Saint Somewhere. On his island with his ukulele. And, Too Drunk to Karaoke with Toby Keith. There you go, guys.
The second song is called Einstein Was a Surfer. No, it wasn't.
Anybody likes Jimmy Buffett, we won't tease you, just come buy it, because we hope you like it and we want to sell stuff to you. A few movies to talk about. Epic, the latest Electronic Babysitter from the creators of Ice Age. We have it on DVD and Blu-ray, and this has the digital copy. And then we also have the special edition 3D Monster Blu-ray edition.
This one actually did get good reviews when it came out. Like, it wasn't like some of those CG films that come out and they're just terrible, like Smurfs too. This one actually had a good review rating. A lot of people liked it, and yeah, it's got a lot of good voice talent. It's got Beyonce and Amanda Seyfried, Colin Farrell, Christoph Waltz, and Steven Tyler. so there
weird.
you go.
This guy does have a voice on him. In the movies of Some People Don't Care and Some People Love It, Scary Movie 5. Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan in bed together, so figure that out. I think there's enough to say about that.
Yeah, Scary Movie 5.
And one of my favorite shows, one of the best shows on HBO. It has a lot of competition nowadays with all these amazing television series, but this is season 3 of Boardwalk Empire. We have it on DVD and Blu-ray. If you do not have HBO Go, this is your opportunity to come pick it up and check it out. This season was excellent and very bloody, and I won't spoil anything because I'm not Terry Gross.
Don't forget about Boardwalk Empire in the midst of Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and,
and
all these other TV
every other show
that
you
are
can,
going on.
so
Great
much
TV
good television.
So it's fantastic.
It's a great series. Steve Buscemi's spectacular in it, so check it out. That's really it. A couple things I want to mention real quick. After you see this video, the following Saturday would be what, the 24th? Right? Is that right? Yeah.
I believe so.
20th is the release video we're doing now. So on the 24th, we will have another one of our Killer Whale membership appreciation barbecues. This one will be at our Sandy location, which is at 9400 South, 824 East. Start at 11 a.m., go till 3 p.m. Check Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at Graywhale SLC and Facebook.com/Graywhale for all the updates on that, plus all the releases and all the fun stuff our stores are doing.
Yep, and also as a reminder, we will be at Salt Lake Comic Con from September 5th to 7th. We'll be there with our booth, and you can come see us, come talk to us. You can shop through some of the stuff that we're going to be bringing with us. We're going to bring a lot of really cool stuff along with us, some of the Death Waltz records, some of the cool toys, tons of stuff, and it's going to be a really good time. So make sure you go. Attendance is going to be huge. It's basically guaranteed now. They had to move it because it's so big.
Yep.
So it's going to be a big deal. And also remember, the Twilight Concert Series is ongoing. There's a few more shows left in the summer. There's Kid Cudi, there's Empire of the Sun, and there's MGMT. So by the time you watch this, there will still be all 3 shows. You can get your tickets at Graywhale for $5.75.
We implore you to come in before Thursday to get your tickets.
Yes, please buy your tickets early because it will be a
You won't
madhouse.
You won't have to worry about. There was 40,000 people at the Ludacris show, and we sold, not even all the tickets here. But when you have 100 people trying to buy tickets at the last minute, it makes it very difficult to get you there and have you have fun.
And as your incentive to buy your tickets here, the ticket stub can be used as a 25% off single item coupon if you take it into any Graywhale location before the end of September. So paying that extra 75 cents to get it at Graywhale is totally worth it, especially if you're picking up a new turntable for yourself, some of these nice vinyl records, or anything else that tickles your fancy. So.
Well, and I heard a rumor there might be our favorite thing at our Comic-Con booth. There might be free tote bags. I don't know. Just heard a rumor. So we're working on that. Anyway, I think that's it for everybody. Thanks for watching, and sorry for the long video, but big week.
Yep.
Enjoy your weekend, and don't be a dick and shop local.